It can't use in the barrel.
Making a dry Irish stout today. We're using 6 pounds of Maris Otter malt, 2 pounds of flaked barley, and 1 pound of roasted barley. Give it some good character. Strike water is heated up. Gonna put it in the cooler to pre-warm it, and then dough in. This is my mash tun. Bought it at Walmart. It's just a rectangular cooler. It has a 17.5 gallon capacity. It has a couple brass fittings, the valve, and the whatever this is called, I always forget. A little piece of tubing. You can see I used a stainless steel braid as the manifold. I attached it to the T using stainless steel clamps. You got to be careful when you're buying stainless steel clamps, because the ones you find in a store like Lowe's, the wrap is stainless steel but the screw isn't. And I found that out after just one time of using it. The screws got rusted. The important part of mashing is stirring the mash properly. You want to really stir it well. You don't want any dough balls. You want everything to be well incorporated. You can use a paddle like this. It'll work. What I recommend is something like this. A paint stirrer attached to a drill. Much easier and more effective. .152, perfect. Nice. Time to get the lid on this and mashing at 152 for 1 hour. It's 12 o'clock on the dot, so at 1 o'clock we'll be mashing out our left thing. You'll see that. More to come. I think an essential part of every home brewer's arsenal should be a good collection of glasses to put your beer in. Still got room for quite a bit more. Alright, we've been mashing for 1 hour. It's time to open the lid and mash up, or boil off and then mash up. Let's see what the temperature is at. So, lost it about 1 or 2 degrees over the hour, but I'm happy with it. It's time to boil off. Starting the boil off here, I'm going to open the valve a little bit. We're going to be setting the grain bed. That's what boil offing is. The purpose of it. Oh yeah, that's clear as fuck. The boil off is running clear now. Got it running into the pot. The valve is closed. It was a good thing to check. Yeah, it'll probably be letting it run off for the next 10-15 minutes. So I'm gonna use the lid to clamp the hose down and just let it fill up. After this, we'll just dump the sparge water in to rinse the grains and do another boil off. We just collected our first runnings out of here, so now we put the sparge water in. I added at 190 degrees Fahrenheit. Basically, we're just rinsing the sugars off the grains. There's no conversion or mashing going on right now. So I'm gonna give it a good stir and then we'll boil off and collect the second run. Done collecting the runoff. Beer Smith says 7.5 and that's exactly where we're at. So now I want to take the gravity reading, check my efficiency. Mashing is over. Got the kettle on the burner. Time to fire it up. Let that reach a boil, and we'll add our bittering hops, and then let it sit for 60 minutes, cool it, stick it in the fermenter. That's it. Do this just in case. I always love that smell when you first dump them in. Just blast you. Mm-hmm. It's like some hop tonic plates. Fucking shifting around in there. It boils over. It's time to cool it to pitching temperature. Got my immersion chiller in there. Stuck it in there a few minutes ago to sanitize it in the boil. Once it's chilled, it's ready for the fermenter. We pitched a jar and a half of yeast slurry harvested from a previous batch of nut brown ale, similarly dark ale, so should work well. Brew is done. On to the next one. You guys see what I mean though with like how dry it is?
I think the IPA is drier than this.
Well, it is.
For IPA.
I think, but the IPA's got, I don't think it comes off as dry though, in my opinion. But I think that's probably mostly because of the astringency that the roasted barley puts in there. And that kind of really shines through because of how dry it is.
Definitely like a roasted taste.
Yeah, it's like, you get it like that bitterness though,
yeah.
Back in
At the end,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, at the end. This astringency.
I think the best way to be able to taste profile this would be to do a keg stand on it.
When you make beer, you can do a keg stand on
Yeah,
it.
I can do it.
No, it's funny because like this is, green beer is like so, it's not.
Yeah,
traditional.
green beer is just shitty Miller Light with green food coloring in it.
Yeah, like you're talking about Paddy's Day and Irish beers. This is it right here.
Yes, sir.
Stout.